Hello guys, this is JJC Cubes 42 here, and I am here with the new V-Cube 3. I have one of the probably, I don't know, among the first 100 that came into the US. I ordered it pretty much as soon as it came out, so I'm going to do a review of it for you guys. Really, well, here's the box it comes in first of all. I doubt any of you care about that, but my first impression of this cube was that it really wasn't that great. Now, out of the box, I took it out of the box. It had some kind of weird crappy lube in it. It stunk like silicone, like that kind of skunky smell. But I played with it a little bit and I was like, hey, I'm gonna adjust these tensions. So I take the cube apart a little bit, I remove like an edge and then I try to remove one of the centers, and I get it off finally after having to pry it off with this like kind of chisel type thing. I don't know what it was, but yeah, and it wouldn't go back on. It just completely broke off, and something weird happened with the plastic. And just the fact that in order to adjust the cube, you have to make an intense effort just to pop the cap off, and it probably is gonna break, because my friend got one too. His didn't break off, but mine did. And so I had to actually super glue this orange cap back on. And so I really am not impressed with this cube thus far. And it's got like really weird imperfections, just like bubbles, air bubbles under the stickers and whatnot. Which the stickers are pretty nice, I'd like to say. They have a really kind of solid plasticky feel to them. Which, they seem pretty durable. God, my camera keeps not focusing. There you go. So the cube, what it reminded me of was a Rubik's DIY. That's exactly what it reminded me of. The pieces on the outside to the touch are very blocky, and it feels like a Rubik's. Like if you had a Rubik's that was good, then that's what this feels like with out of the box. So I took it home for my friends because we split the shipping just for it to be cheaper, and immediately I took it apart and then I super glued the cap on, and then I kind of used a paper towel to wipe some of the crappy lube off, and then I used Lubix. And after Lubix, this cube actually becomes a very fast cube. The tension is very tight when you get it, so it doesn't really have a good feel to it. So this video is kind of like biased because I have Lubix on here. So let me just show you. It can be very fast. After I lubed it with Lubix, it was able to perform cuts. Oh, maybe right after I lubed it, I could 45 cut, but cutting is very, it's not that great for all this cube was cracked up to be. See, here I can get a better cut. I don't know, it's just there's more lube over here, I guess. But yeah, especially before I lubed it, the cutting was extremely average and not impressive by any means. But now it's pretty decent. When I got it's kind of, it locks up a little bit. But so like I said, this cube really isn't that great. It's fast. It's it kind of turns well. It kind of cuts corners well. It has an interesting feel to it. It has a really blocky kind of feel to it, kind of like a Rubik's. But my friend, he actually ordered the round one, the pillowed one, and this one. The pillowed version, it seemed to have much better lube in it, because either that, and it's actually much better. I mean, it's hard to get used to the way turning like a pillowed 3x3 with your fingers, but it was much better than this cube. It was had a very smooth and glidey feel to it. So before I say anything else, let me show you the inside of the cube. Now, this cube, the inside, It looks a lot like a, you know, the piece of a Zhanchi or a Lanhoi, and the fact where the torpedoes insert in. As you can see here, the torpedo broke off when I tried to remove the piece, so that was also very disappointing. You can't, it's so like not prone to pop that if you try to just take the piece out normally, you'll probably break the torpedo, which isn't necessarily a good thing. The corners, I see like a possible opportunity for a good mod here. These corners are so extremely concave, and the points are spiky. I don't want to touch it because it's got lube all over it, but you know, so you could probably sand those down. It would be a little bit better. But so yeah, there's a corner, and on the inside it has a really tiny core, and it's there's a lot of curvatures to the inside, to the whole kind of structure of the puzzle when the pieces all come together. So some of the pieces have torpedoes on them and some don't. So when you take this cube apart, I would strongly recommend, if it doesn't want to come out at first, don't continue to take it out, because the torpedo is just going to break. And you know, I thought I didn't really want the torpedoes on there to begin with, so I thought I would remove them, but then, kind of like the center caps, the torpedoes, the edges wouldn't come apart for the torpedoes, and I'm like, I'm not going to break this piece apart because I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to have to super glue anything. I didn't want to risk it. So, let me just scramble this, and then I'll kind of solve it real quick, just so you can see it turning in action. I'm not even going to go for a speed solve, really. I'm just going to... Alright. See, it just locked up there. That was, you know, partially me, but still. Yes, I know my U-perm is retarded, but whatever. Okay, so there's a solve. I'm not really sure what else to say about this cube. I think I've covered everything. Stickers, it's very, very light in weight, very light. And but overall, if you're gonna get a V-cube, although just because the awkwardness of the round V-cube, the pillowed one, it's not gonna be your main cube probably, but it is better than this one. So really, neither of these cubes are good enough to be like a main speed cube, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see what kind of mods people come up with for them. But yeah, kind of disappointed V-cube. I was expecting this to be a lot better. Still a decent cube, it's fast, you can speed solve with it, cut corners, but definitely not optimal quality. Thank you guys, please comment, rate, subscribe, whatever.